address is 601 Claude Holmes Senior Avenue. Our phone number is 863-419-2700. And we're here for the kids, man. We're here for the community, whatever we can do. All services are rendered, and we thank God for just being able to do so. We're looking forward to doing what we can. Let's take it another round, baby.
Thank you. Clap it up, y'all. Clap it up. Today we have Mr. Holmes inside of the Ritz Club. What an honor.
Hello, my name is Sonia Lewis, and I'm here with Mr. Holmes from Holmes Funeral Director, and my godfather, Mr. Oliver Sutton from Tampa, Florida. I wanted to say Mr. Holmes is a very outstanding citizen of the community. Plus, he also patronized and sponsored Hillsborough County. We just did a grandmother's gala last week where we honored 350 grandmothers. He also come down there and he do the back to school bash. I want to say we partner in a lot of events and joint events together, but most likely he's an outstanding community servant, and I am honored to meet him and to know him for the work he does around in the community and abroad.
Thank you.
Claude Holmes is a phenomenal guy. He's the guy that's my mentor. He told me that, guess what, before he let me fall, he'll lead me around the tracks. But most of all, Mr. Holmes is a guy of the community. He helps us. He not only helps us, but the elderly, anybody that needs any resource can always go to Mr. Holmes. Great man.
Thank you. Today, we have the pleasure and the honor to have Mr. Holmes right here at the Ritz Center, right in Haines City, giving back, talking to the youth, just dropping knowledge on the people, being transparent and honest and truthful, and giving it up for our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
I met Mr. Holmes in Tampa, Florida, at the grandmother's gala. I just want to say this much. Mr. Holmes is a real man. Mr. Holmes is a man that's got a good heart. He's a blessing to the community, and he's a blessing also to me. God bless him. May he continue to do what he does in this community. Thank you.
Yes. How you doing there, Mr. Jeff?
Hey, I'm doing phenomenal. Had a great speaker here tonight with an awesome message. Just planting those seeds into these young folks.
All right, I'm gonna edit this, so don't worry about it.
Yes.
I see you have a great man in the community who's doing outstanding things. There's a leadership, there's a pillar inside of the community. How did you get him on board to come here and speak to the youth at the Ritz Club?
I talked to Ernest Wormley, and he was an advocate as far as getting Dr. Holmes in here tonight. So I didn't think it would be an easy task, because I know he's a busy man. He's a community activist. He's a business owner. He's all over the place. So I was surprised and impressed that he was here tonight. I said, wow, that's phenomenal. And he brought a powerful word. I don't know him personally, but I know he blessed my nephew. I rode the bike by his funeral home one day. He don't even know. He might look at the camera and say, hey, that route's a trespass. I said, man, my nephew needs one of these nice vehicles like Dr. Holmes has. So 3 days later, he blessed my nephew with a limousine. And I said, OMG, I just was blown away. You know, a lot of times they're in the same industry, people aren't willing to support each other. But he was willing to bless my nephew, and so I just respect him to the fullest just from that show of love for someone in the same industry just starting out.
I got a hold of Mr. Holmes. Mr. Holmes, I actually worked for Mr. Holmes. I actually worked at the funeral home with Mr. Holmes. Mr. Holmes employed me some years ago to help out, but it was easy to get in touch with him, and to get him to come out, he was overjoyed just to come out to speak to the kids. He feels that, you know, he's never too busy to take time out in the community and help out in the community, especially with kids. Mr. Holmes loves kids. He done helped sponsor trips for kids. He done, uniforms for kids. He done, you know, he do the utmost just for our kids in our area.
And once again, Mr. Holmes, we appreciate you, we thank you, and God bless you.
Thank y'all for allowing me to be a part.
Okay. You don't have to eat it here. I'm gonna eat it here. You can take it home. So this is Nino Black crack cake, world famous.
Can I see some of that, Mr. Jeff?
Yes, sir. This is a phenomenal experience here. It's a Philadelphia cream cheese pound cake, and it's just taking the nation by storm right now. I got so many orders I can't even handle it. But we're just helping out a lot of the young folks with all the effort from our cakes, etc. I'm running the Risk Club, and we're getting ready to go into our summer component, which is Team Business Camp, and we need your help. So you can always, we need 1,000 people to give $100 so that we can raise $100,000 to help our young people go to summer programs for free. You can contact me, 863-888-0468. You can also cash at me at $Team King, capital T-E-E-N, capital K-I-N-G. And you can also email me or whatever way you want to reach me. Write a check. We need your help. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Where we at? Where we at?
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, Mr.
First of all, I just want to thank God for the opportunity to be here with you all today. And thank God for you all wanting to be here today, because you all wanting to be here creates atmosphere in my mind that y'all ready to go where you need to go to the next level. Said that to say, there's so many young people in our neighborhood right now that could be here, or probably should be here, but you all are here, and that makes a difference. I was very thankful when I come in this afternoon to see this young man reading a book, and I think you were 8, right? And I'm looking at some of the words in that book that I couldn't pronounce. I was doing my best to make her think that I knew exactly what I was talking about, and it turned out real good. But it's those desires that take you to the next level. What am I saying? Any of y'all ever planted any flowers in your neighborhood before? Which plant? Some flowers? Some trees, okay. Anybody else? You planted what? Okay. Now, when you first planted whatever you were planting, you kind of like turn the soil over and make sure the ground was right. The ground right. Then you put the seeds in there, cover it back up, and then you add some water to it. Maybe you put a little fertilizer in it, right? So every now and then after you planted your seeds, you go back and you put a little water on it. Is that correct? Now when you put the water on it, what happens with the seeds? For real? Okay. So what I'm telling you right now, we're planting seeds so they can grow. Yeah. Because y'all got a lot of potential. A lot of potential. Young lady, you read that book like that right now, by the time you get to high school, you'll be writing books. That's right. You'll be writing books. You're only 8 years old. And the reason that I'm sharing it in that fashion, I don't think I'm much older than y'all, just a little bit older than y'all. But some of the things that we had to go through to get where we are, if the seeds weren't planted, we couldn't grow. That's right. So now if we catch the seeds while they are young and we tend to the seeds while they are young and harvest them properly, we gonna get a good crop. That's right. No way around that. And that's what I like about what y'all are doing. Y'all are part of the good crop. Because you're listening to some good stuff. Now, having said that, sounded good for Mr. Claude. How many of y'all already know Mr. Claude? Okay. Okay. Now, y'all know what the funeral home is up in the corner when you come into town? Okay. That's me. That's me. Now, you look at that funeral home and you say, he got to be making a lot of money. Because you look at the funeral home, you would normally see a facility like that in the hood. Right or wrong? Right. Okay. So now you reach the conclusion that he's doing good. But let me tell you what came along with me doing good. When I went to school, I finished from Haines City High School. I left and I went to Texas. I left Haines City High School, even after I got to Texas, because of the seeds that were planted. Everybody predicted that Mr. Claude was going to be the one. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Everybody believed in me because I was doing good. When my daddy was growing up, when I was growing up with my mom and my daddy, when we went to church, I had to sit back on the front row. How many of y'all sit on the front row of the church? See what I'm saying? I had to sit back on the front row. And my daddy got, could just look at me a certain kind of way. And oh Lord, I'm in trouble right now. That was the seed I was planting. So I knew when I went to church, there was no way that I could act up because he would look at me a certain way. It changed the whole ball game.
That's right.
Now, we don't have that going on right now, but what we do have is we have mentors, we have people that have been there. We're coming back to let you know exactly what's going on. Now, can I say been there? You're 8. How old are you now? 14. How old are you? 13. 9. 13. Okay. 377-087. 377-087. Now, a person that's been there will respond when I said that. When I said 377-087, what did you say, Ms. Lewis?
364-113.
That was my Department of Corrections number. I'm in prison. Same funeral home up there, the one y'all saw. The one that's running, he'd have been in prison. I said that to say, don't you let nobody tell you what you can't do.
That's right.
If your mind is made up to do it, certain things that you're going to have to go through because there's a price to be paid with any type of success that you have. That makes sense? I had no idea that the price I had to pay would be Department of Corrections. But just like I'm talking to y'all right now, that was still voice. And most times it'll be first. Saying, I got it. So I said, Lord, this taste is bitter, but I'm willing to do what I got to do. And that's what I did. I gave Department of Corrections that time. And when they said the last picture, the old funeral home on fire, and they asked me, well, Mr. Holmes, what do you want to do now? I said, well, we don't God. How many of y'all believe in God? How many of y'all know that God can do anything but fail? Now, watch this. Even with my tenure in Department of Corrections, I learned a lot of things. I couldn't look at it and be defeated because I was there, because I couldn't go nowhere. So I had to take the best of it and make it work for me.
Yeah.
And then get what I could out of that to make sure I come and share with y'all that that's not where you want to go.
All right.
Do y'all hear that? Are you listening to me? And the reason that I know your desire is not that is because you're here. You are here. So many other young ones are out here, but they're not here hearing the word. They're not getting that seed planted. They're not getting that seed nurtured. Now, I can't tell you how to live your life. It's not my responsibility to try to tell you how to live your life. But I think it's my responsibility as a friend or a brother to tell you to live your life according to what God wants you to do.
Right.
That makes sense?
Yes.
And because if we do it in that fashion, James Cleveland, an old gospel singer, wrote a song that says, little becomes much. When you place it in the master's hands.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm saying? I took all of my experiences. Now I told you about the Department of Corrections, right? And I said, you still don't want to let the funeral home. Is that what I said? Can I tell y'all something deeper than that? Y'all promise? Get y'all gonna promise me this, man. I said, no, but this. Y'all gonna promise me? Y'all ain't gonna tell nobody? Promise? How many y'all promise? Promise? With that promise comes another part of it, okay? But I want to tell you what I want to tell you. You promise me that you wasn't gonna tell nobody. I used to smoke dope. Cocaine? That should be way in the game. And when I was a cool took me completely out of my element, and everybody was laughing at me. Humiliated. And the same voice that I told you all about earlier, said, I got you. Said the same thing then. And then I started getting crazy because I couldn't understand. I said, what the hell you mean you got me? I'm going through all this right here. The voice came back again. He can come and say, I got you. I got you. So I had to accept it because then I was there. Couldn't go nowhere else. And then I had to try to battle my way. If I'm trying to cross the lake, let's see, the lake starts right here, and it ends over there. And I've gotten out here in the middle of the lake. It don't make no sense for me to turn around and do it. I was trying to get over to the other side. That's where I found myself after I had got messed up, trying to get over to the other side, because I knew that wasn't me. But I couldn't prove to nobody else it wasn't me, because the only thing they saw was what was going on with me. Y'all follow what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I said that to say this. Don't put yourself in a compromising position. Stay focused. When we built that funeral home, they told me, Mr. Holmes, why don't we just build a little block building? I said, do I look like I need to just have another building here, say I'm a kid on the block? No, we're going to kick the block in. Your mind controls everything that you do. You hear me? I can step on your toe, and your toe will send a signal to your mind to tell your mouth to tell me, say, hey man, you done stepped on my foot. But it's got to come up here. So if we keep this straight, everything that we desire to do is going to turn out just like we desire for it to do. It starts right here. How many of y'all got a good mind? How many of y'all got a good mind?
I think I got one.
I'm going to see how good it is. What's 2 plus 2? 4. Boy, y'all good, y'all good. I'm telling y'all good, y'all good. I'm telling y'all good. But now here's my whole thing. If you stay focused right now, every last one of y'all are at an age where you really need to start saying, okay, when I grow old, this is what I want to do. It may not even turn out just like that. Because now my daddy started the funeral home. That was like in 1957. How many of y'all were born then? Nobody? Okay, let's move on. He started the funeral home back then. You got what I'm saying? And even up to this point right now, if we're running the funeral home, I can go to the funeral home sometimes and the lights are off and I get scared.
Yeah.
You were with the son?
Yeah, real scared.
I can remember times when I was putting up with picking up a body and the garage was in the back and what no lights on. I got this body behind me. I'm scared, but I got to get him inside. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, so you know what I do? I just ease that hurts right on back. Right on back. Till I feel it bump that wall. That way I know can't nobody get in the back. And while I'm doing it, I got that door open, and I'm hitting the lock button so I can lock it all at the same time because I'm running. I'm scared. And this is what I do for a living. That's the mind. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Yes. So as long as we keep this in the right place, there's nothing can stop you from doing what you're doing. I mean nothing. Nothing. Now I'm gonna show you the secret to it, then I'm gonna be quiet after this, okay? Because I think we want some corn. What all you need here, bro?
Eggs, sausage, potatoes, broccoli, some shrimp.
We gonna get them eggs so we can get us a little gas and we gonna run everybody on out here, okay? Well, watch this right here. If your mind can believe it, your body will achieve it. I remember when I was first moved back from Texas, and my wife told me, say, Claude, I'm not used to making this kind of money. Either you're going to get another job, or I'm going back to Dallas, and you're welcome to go with me. She said, you got 72 hours. And then my calculation, I said, oh, that's only 3 days. 3rd day come up, she said, well, have you decided what you're going to do? I'm waiting on God. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Did y'all hear me?
Yes.
If you wait on him, He'll direct your path. I'm a witness. I ain't got to ask nobody. He just showed me. Y'all feel me? I'm a witness. I ain't got to ask nobody about what God can do. I ain't got to come and try to impose on your intellect about Daniel in the lion's den. I ain't got to impose on your intellect about the 3 Hebrew boys when they talking about in the Bible. I can tell you about me down in the county jail, and then the Department of Corrections of where he brought me from.
Yeah.
I ain't got to dwell on none of them. I can talk about me. There was an old gospel writer, songwriter. His name was Joe Mays. I remember I was a little boy, not y'all's age, right? My mom and dad listened to me at the 8. Y'all remember them? Anybody remember the little 8? Right? Okay. And Brother Joe Mays sang a song saying, I can talk all day long. I don't have to talk about what goes on in your home. I can talk about how good God has been to me. Now, even at your age, can you tell them what God has did for you? Just tell them.
He made me a mama.
Dad. Dad. He made you a mama. Your mama. You know what you said? And you love her to death, don't you? Why?
Because he take care of you.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Supplying her needs. Supplying her needs.
Yeah.
And all of us got our own little testimony. Tell me something you've been through. I know you've been through before me. You think something you've been through before? You like to play? You used to like to play? Okay. Let me tell you a secret about that. If me and you fight, I know little people that say I was your age if you fight, right? And you beat me, does that make you a bigger boy? You sure? So what you gonna fight for? That's what he told me. He said, I'm bigger than that. I'm bigger than that. If that's all you got to offer. Then you got this crowd right here, because now my mind is on my money. My money is on my mind. It ain't the whole game on y'all hear me? Make sense? Fighting don't solve nothing. In my closing, every last one of us have given. Not all of us are called to do the same thing. Would y'all agree with that?
Yes, sir.
We know the planes need to be flown across America, right? Across the world. How many of y'all know how to fly an airplane? Nobody know that? And I'm talking about. But the whole thing is that you can do anything that you want to do if you put your mind to it. Granted, sometimes when we start, it don't work quite like we want to, but there's an old cliche that says, once a task has begun, never quit till the job is done. Be it big, be it small, do it right, but not at all. Thank you all.